Speciesism is a mindset where the privileges of others are either ignored or only minimally considered. In this context, others refers to animals. Peter Singer, in his influential work, Animal Liberation, highlights the widespread nature of this prejudice by describing the majority of humans as speciesist. At the heart of speciesism lies the belief that humans are the masters of nature, prioritizing their own interests and needs above all else. According to this view, ethical principles apply only to one species, humans. If other beings do not provide direct benefits to humans, their rights are considered irrelevant. In other words, if they don't serve us, why should their rights matter? A common argument speciesists make is that many animals hunt, kill, and eat their own kind without showing respect. From this, they ask, why can't we do the same to them? A crucial counterpoint to this argument is that animals lack the ability to evaluate their options or make rational decisions before acting. However, humans possess this capacity. And because we can, we should. Challenging speciesism isn't just about defending animal rights. It's also about reflecting on our own moral and ethical responsibilities as humans. Isn't it time we reconsidered our role in the natural world, not as its masters, but as a part of it? In philosophy, the roots of anthropocentric thought stretch back to the earliest days of the discipline. Ancient Greek philosophers like Plato viewed the material world as inferior, while Aristotle believed that animals existed solely for the benefit of humans. For him, animals served as beasts of burden, sources of food, and providers of materials such as leather for shoes and clothing. Similarly, the pre-Socratic philosopher Protagoras famously declared, "Man is the measure of all things," placing humanity at the pinnacle of existence. Centuries later, Italian philosopher Thomas Aquinas argued that causing harm to other beings is only wrong if it indirectly harms humans. The German philosopher Immanuel Kant further reinforced this anthropocentric view by placing humans at the center of moral consideration. According to Kant, individuals have no responsibility towards non-human beings, whether living or inanimate, unless these entities serve human interests. René Descartes also contributed to this thinking, asserting that animals lack the capacity to feel and merely respond mechanically to stimuli. This anthropocentric worldview paved the way for a reality marked by environmental destruction, the extinction of countless species, and resource depletion due to climate change. However, from the 18th century onward, philosophers began challenging this narrative, offering new perspectives on humanity's relationship with other species and the natural world. The question remains, can we reconsider our role in the web of life and move beyond the constraints of speciesism? One of the first thinkers to challenge anthropocentric perspectives was Jeremy Bentham, the founder of utilitarianism. When discussing the concept of equality, Bentham included the happiness of animals within this framework. He argued that animals, like humans, experience pleasure and pain. The fact that animals cannot think or speak does not mean they are deficient. Moral behavior, according to Bentham, should apply to animals as well, since the problem lies in humanity's perceived superiority due to its intellectual abilities. Bentham's radical views for his time laid the foundation for the philosophy of Peter Singer, one of the most prominent modern critics of anthropocentrism. Singer labels those who disregard animal interests as speciesists, likening this attitude to racism and sexism. Singer is particularly concerned with the conditions of farm animals and the use of animals in scientific research. He advocates for the cessation of most, if not all, animal testing. He suggests that, in an experiment, we must ask ourselves whether we would be willing to perform the same experiment on a child with the same mental capacities as the animal. Singer's philosophy is based on consistency. If causing harm to humans is wrong because it results in pain, then causing harm to animals and causing them to suffer should also be wrong. Consistency in our actions is key. Another important thinker who opposed the anthropocentric viewpoint is Tom Regan. According to Regan, it is wrong to kill an innocent being for the sake of benefiting others. He emphasizes that animals, like humans, possess intrinsic value. This implies that rights and duties extend beyond individuals to include animals as well. As we can see, the anthropocentric approach argues that humans should be morally prioritized due to their intellectual capacities, yet it fails to explain why mentally disabled individuals, infants, or people in a vegetative state should not be granted the same moral consideration. Therefore, prioritizing intellect and utilitarianism as necessary conditions for moral virtue is not a justifiable approach. Even though both Singer and Regan oppose the anthropocentric viewpoint, their arguments may still fall short in addressing certain situations. Their views, while advocating for animal rights, may inadvertently support interspecies discrimination. This is because, while they argue for the inclusion of some animal species within the moral community, they may exclude others. This selective inclusion based on species leads to a form of discrimination within the animal kingdom, which contradicts the very premise of rejecting speciesism. Before humans existed, nature was already here. However, with their existence, humans chose to see themselves as superior rather than a part of nature. As a result, they have put not only their own species, but also other species at risk of extinction. Instead of accepting the opportunities nature offered them, they chose to disrupt the natural balance according to their own utilitarian needs. By destroying everything belonging to nature, they have made the planet uninhabitable. While burning forests to the ground, continuing the use of harmful pesticides, plundering the seas and oceans, engaging in illegal poaching, succumbing to energy mania for more consumption, transforming riverbeds into residential areas, disregarding the environmental pollution caused by industrial waste, exploiting all resources, water, soil, air, underground, and surface, insatiably, leaving their trash in nature and turning their backs on everything outside of their own benefit. Isn't it tragically ironic that humans expect nature to treat them kindly? I hope humans realize, before the extinction of their own species, that they will face the greatest consequences of their actions. As humanity moves forward, we must realize the importance of living in harmony with nature and showing it respect. Perhaps true superiority lies in safeguarding our future by preserving nature's balance rather than harming it. Otherwise, nature will prepare the end of everything humans consider superior. Together, we can build a more conscious and responsible world, but this depends on the choices we make to protect and preserve nature. Thank you very much for watching and listening. If there is any content you would like to see on the channel, please let me know in the comments. See you soon. Goodbye.